Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, Thrifty Kaniffy, you've outdone yourself. You wanted to see some Schrade knives, and he pulled out five. I'm gonna do more than five because, well, he didn't make it a rule, but man, there's just so much good stuff. Uh, if you look at the history of Schrade and Old Timer and Uncle Henry and Imperial, I mean, just so many good knives, great knives. I don't know if it is, you know, all extremely accurate or not. I've seen different comments about the history of the Schrade and Imperial Schrade Company. I know a lot of people knock Wikipedia as a source, but they do have a really interesting write-up about it. It's really way too long and involved. Lots of different companies, lots of people that were designing knives and manufacturing knives, and then they got together, or this company bought up these couple of companies and everything. But really what we think of as Schrade and Imperial all started out in the early 1900s, and all of these companies, I think it actually was like five companies that all got bought out by each other, and then they kind of figured out what brands they were going to do and everything else. But it's really interesting. If you're into the history stuff, check it out. If any of it's wrong, let me know, because as far as I know, that's all correct. But let's just talk about knives. Let's just talk about some great knives. Of course, I had to have a sharp finger in here, and this is the OTG, the generational series sharp finger in 1095 with the chestnut bone, sawcut bone handles on it. And this is just such a beautiful knife. Of all these sharp fingers that I have, this is definitely the most beautiful one. I couldn't have this not be shown on the on this kind of a Schrade collection and stuff. So we'll go ahead and set him down, because if you want to know more about sharp fingers, I should make a sharp finger playlist because I've done quite a few of them, but I think it's all in the old timer side of it. Next, we have to go with one of my all-time favorites. Really my first old timer, which was a 34 OT. And this is the 34 OTH, the heritage model. So it has the D2 blades. Just a fantastic knife. Of all the Stockman knives, I have more time and experience with the old timers than any of the others. And it's definitely just one of my favorite Stockman pattern knives. I really like them. Really cool sheep's foot. And then when we take a look, our last blade is actually a little pen blade, and they do that a lot on the smaller frames. And that is the thing, is that for this being their medium size, the 34 OT was also called the middleman. This is slightly smaller than most of the other medium Stockman that are out there. So it's a nice compact size. We'll see that again when we talk about trappers, because here is the 94 OTB. And so it's the B is for the bone, but beautiful saw cut bone. Look how nice and thick the bone is on there. It just really looks awesome. And you can get the bone, there's several of them. They have the match strike pulls, which these are like the fanciest ones. You see they got ringed bolsters, but it's still the same great blades. Sorry, there's a little gunk on this one. Same great blades. You get your clip and you get a spay, but these are slightly smaller. These fit in between the size of a full size, like a case full size trapper, the standard trapper, and the mini trapper. So this is right in between those two. This is in the middle, and a really great size, really great working size, great in the pocket. These are just another fantastic knife. So next, let's go to the Schrade side of the house. And here's this little Walmart special I picked up in the 90s. And this is just one of those fantastic lockbacks, a little tiny lockback that, what is this? The SP2. And this was made in the USA. But this is just a fantastic little working knife. As many miles, and it's still one of my favorites because it just, I don't even think it weighs an ounce, maybe 2 at the most. I mean, it just disappears in your pocket. It has a little lanyard hold on it, fiberglass reinforced handle. Just a fantastic working knife, one that you really can't go wrong with one of those in your pocket because they're just handy for everything. Let's see here. We'll go with another plastic handled one, and this is an Imperial. So as you see, it's got the same marking as it does on this one with the guy striking the hammer on the anvil. You know, so definitely all in the same family. This one is kind of shaped like a little Barlow, has the same blade set, and so you got this nice little thing. And of course, this one was made in Ireland by Imperial, and this was a knife I got when I think I renewed in the NRA at that time. But you know, just another great knife. I carried this one for quite a bit. Nice little pen, you know, and it's just a really great working knife. Like I said, you know, you can't go wrong. I love that nice long nail pull on it. Should have cleaned off the tape gunk though. Sorry about that, guys. But, you know, workers are working and all that other kind of good stuff. Let's see. We'll go back to old timer. I mean, what would it be? I mean, I know we showed the little trapper, but how about a standard trapper? But not just any one. This is the buzzsaw trapper, and this has the saw blade on it, which is different for that. And you got your clip blade here. You get a nice little pick here out of the side. And on this side, I believe it has tweezers. Yes, it does. Nice little tweezers on that. But definitely another fun knife, and one that you don't see all the time. We'll go ahead and throw the saw blade out. Here, we'll set this guy down here. Running out of room. Fortunately, they're all small knives from now on. So another great Imperial is this Imperial Stockman. This one came to me from Stuart Harvey. He got it out of a military survival kit. So I thought that was interesting, but it's got the Imperial Schrade blade etch and the nice Imperial tang stamp there. And there you go. It's the IMP 16S. And yes, I could have got even more Imperial and more old timers and stuff, but this is pretty much like your 34 OT. You're going to have the same set of blades as it has. This is just the Imperial flavor, and this is in the cracked black ice or swirled black ice or whatever. Just a really nice handle material, and just such a great blade. I love these little Stockmans. They just they make my day. I just like them a lot. All right, the only Uncle Henry I own, which Uncle Henry is part of the brand, is our friend the Roadie. Still the best name for a knife ever, except maybe the Pal, because you know you gotta always have a Pal in your pocket, right? So there you go, Uncle Henry. It's got the new Staggalon. I love how they did how it starts off this creamy kind of white, and then the burning goes down to where it's, you know, just solid black at the end. Nice little bail for a lanyard. Really nice looking knife. This is definitely one to get if you don't have one. I would say you might want to get one of those. Man, I hope I have enough room for everything. Of course, another knife that I didn't know about until Thrifty showed that to me was the Mighty Mite, which is the liner lock. This is like the little brother to the 194 OT. And just a fantastic little knife. If you need a little knife that locks in place, this one will definitely do it. And your marking here is 18 OT. I like this little knife. As you can see, it's still got tape gunk on it too. I mean, I need to clean all my knives. But just a fantastic little knife. Also, the buzzsaw trapper, didn't know about that until I watched it on Knife Detector, and then Thrifty did a review on it, and that also threw me over the edge on that one. Over the edge. Good one for a knife channel. Here you go. This is an old timer. This was in that little 3-pack that I had. It came with a 34 OT and a sharp finger that were in these. This one is the 14 OT, but it's got 2 blades. So you have the little clip, but then also it has this little coping blade. So it's kind of a nice little equal-ended knife. Or no, I'm sorry, this is a pin. Well, it's kind of like a coping blade. Yeah, because it's dull on the end. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting little knife. Maybe not quite a coper, maybe kind of a pen. I don't know. Jeez. It doesn't want to always close because the blades do rub. And so when you're putting the small one back in, it does hit the clip a lot of the time. But that's kind of to be expected on a little knife like this. Let's see, let me throw that one up in that corner. And then the last one I'm going to show is an old-timer grandpa's knife. And this one is very handy. It's a 2-spring knife. Really kind of a cool and different knife because you have your pen blade on the outside, and then you have your main clip point in the center, and then on the other side you actually have a pair of scissors. So that's really handy if you prefer this over the SD Classic. If you want something that's, you know, all blades, definitely a different kind of an old timer. So that's not my entire Schrade collection. I just thought I'd pull out some of the more interesting pieces. I still have tons more, but I thought that this was probably enough. What do you think, Thrifty? Let me know. Let everybody else let me know in the comments too. Did I do okay on this tag, or am I all wet? You guys can let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I will talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.